you bring computers, you are going to lose jobs. But Rajiv Gandhi stood his way and says, no, I will create jobs. And the result was today what you can see. And I'll give you an example what Rajiv Gandhi's dream meant. When I was a minister for overseas, if you look at the history, some of you economists, you professors will know that, our reserves in the foreign exchange were just enough to pay petrol for 2 days. And after that you had no money in your foreign exchange. Is the boys and girls like you who did their computers, did their software and went for a job to America on 30,000 to 40,000 salary. We are proud of our heritage. We are proud of our parents. We are proud of our genetic formation, which is thousands of years. And the result is that they went to America, the companies they worked, after 5-10 years, they became the owners of the company. And with the result, those young boys and girls who went out on the salary of 30,000 rupees, today they are sending home the money. And do you know what kind of a money? Where we had just 2 days foreign exchange in our foreign exchange reserves. Today you are the second highest foreign exchange reserves in the country. This is what you can do. This is what you can do to your country. This is what you can do to your hard work of your parents' money. Sometimes you go to college, enjoy yourselves, but always remember, every pie spent is a hard-earned money of your parents. Make them proud. Make them feel that what they have worked, that they have not got and given you, the university gives you. And do honor to the university who has given you education. There are many things I can speak, but I want to wish you, all the students, and thank you for last 18-20 years you have been supporting the Congress NSUI, and we will promise you that whatever help your president needs, we will always be there with you. I have with me, Sonia ji has very kindly made me in charge of Odisha. I have a responsibility. I have my 2 colleagues who Sonia ji has made also secretaries. Irshad ji, who is sitting right in front, is a former member of parliament, and Vinay ji from Karnataka, who is also a member of parliament. We 3 have got responsibility, and you must look at the future of your families, yours and the country. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Honorable Sri Ghulam Nabi Azad ji, Minister of the Government of India, Department of Health and Family Welfare, Sri Jagdish Title ji, the guest of honor, my dear students of the university, representatives of print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen, the academic session 2011-12 is coming to an end, and our students' union is celebrating its annual function. The year 2011-12 has been a great year. It was a year of peaceful academic pursuit, carried out with an exemplary sense of discipline. It was a year of excellent relationship among the teachers, students, and residents of the campus. I congratulate the Students' Union and Sri Tanmay Swami, the President, for their responsible conduct and quality leadership. From day one, as the Vice Chancellor, I have been emphasizing the need for discipline. Discipline leads to peace and a congenial academic atmosphere. A congenial atmosphere leads to all-round achievement. Universities and its classrooms shape the future of the country and the society. The value nurtured here determine our quality of life. We can all look back to the session with satisfaction because it has been a year marked by democratic values, mutual respect, toleration, and healthy debate. Quite often, periods characterized by peace and dismiss are blank pages of history. Fortunately, it has been a year marked by democratic values, mutual respect, toleration, and healthy debate. Quite often, periods characterized by peace and dismissed as blank pages of history. Fortunately for us, this was far from the case. It has been a year marked by calendar packed with events. Scores of national and international seminars and symposia have been organized. All the departments have been conducted mega events. Utkal University League of Cricket, Annual Cultural Week, literary and cultural events have crowded our calendar. And today's event is the clubbing event. Indeed, I must congratulate Tanmaya and his team for the event of today. We have held the University Foundation Day and the convocation with great success. His Excellency Sri Mohammad Hamid Ansarji, Honorable Vice President of India, and His Excellency Sri Muralidhar Chandrakant Bhandareji, Honorable Governor of Odisha, had graced the convocation. Feeling satisfied with the preceding year is not sufficient or an end in itself. Eternal vigilance is the price of democracy. We have to remain vigilant. We must sustain and maintain the standards set by continuously. We have miles to go. We must not rest our oars. The coming year has to be devoted to maintenance of the quality of our aging infrastructure. Repairs and renovation work of our hostels and departments have to be completed on a war footing. Our teaching and non-teaching positions have to be filled. We have to adopt a choice-based credit system. Our campus has to become Wi-Fi. Our library automation process has to be completed. Our placement cell needs to be strengthened. Our stadium needs to be built. In fact, the list is very long. We must concentrate on these new initiatives to be taken. As you are all aware, a quality engineering college would be established in the campus. We must offer courses in health science, agricultural science, nutrition science, and other frontier areas. All these are required to increase the employability of our students. They have to work hard and attain academic excellence. Their achievement alone can restore the glory of our university, and we can aspire to be one of the top 10 universities of India. The students, the faculty, the physical infrastructure, the learning resources, the teaching, learning ambience in the campus, and the curriculum structure and are vital variables. They are the quality parameters of higher education. We must have a dynamic strategy to pay attention to each of these variables. Improvement of any one variable would also contribute to our overall improvement. A university is meant for three fundamental things: teaching by teachers, learning by students, personality development of students through various activities. If we ensure the Utkal University to become gold, let us all work hard to use the golden age of our university. We are extremely fortunate in having Sri Ghulam Nabi Azad Ji, Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India amongst us. The Students' Union deserves to be congratulated for their choice of guests. I urge upon him to support our endeavor in launching courses in health science, health management, and hospital administration. Bhubaneswar is fast emerging as a hub of healthcare. There are 2 medical colleges under Utkal University, at least 5 large corporate hospitals. There is an Ayurvedic, a homeopathic hospital, medical college. Odisha is a rich sharehouse of tribal traditional health services which needs documentation. Paramedical services have assumed great importance. Odisha in general and Utkal University in particular can play an important role in public health and health science. I would like to impress upon the Honorable Minister that the potential of our university needs to be realized.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable, heart-touching, suggestive words to the students. Now, today's attraction, chief guest, and Health and Family Welfare Minister, Sri Ghulam Nabi Azad Ji, I would like to request, please come and give few words to the student and gathering.
Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor P.K. Sahay, Professor P.K. Sarkar, Professor Ranjan, and President of the Students Union Utkal University, Mr. Tanmay Swain, my friend, esteemed friend, Mr. Jagdish Tytler, the Vice President of Students Union, Mr. Akshay Kumar, and the General Secretary of the Students Union, Mr. Mukesh Kumar, all past presidents of the Student Union, honorable members of the faculty, teachers, Mr. Chinmay Sahu, the past president, Mr. Irshad Mirza from Gujarat, ex-member of Parliament, Mr. Vinay Kumar, former member of Parliament from Karnataka, and last but not least, the moving spirit behind the youth and student force in the state of Odisha, Mr. Laltendu Mahapatra. Now, having said, should I request you to stop the slide, because I can't see anybody. I don't know how my other colleagues were able to speak. Yes, I cannot recognize, but at least I can see the people are sitting here. Well, in future, if you have a program, because I have a very good management system of this, some lights should be towards the dais and equal number of lights should face towards the audience, so that you can see also the audience. They can see it, us, but we can't see anybody, except now I can see that somebody is there, but who is there I can't make. And subsequently, when I joined university, Kashmir University is different than rest part of the country. In our university, only PG students go, not the graduates. So after the graduation, one has to study in the colleges, and after you are done with the graduation, then you have to go to the university. So university teaches only the PG education, not the graduation. So I continue my student movement and had an opportunity for 2 consecutive years to lead the movement, a students' movement in the university. And it was during that period that I continued my association with those legends who were associated with Gandhian philosophy and thoughts. And that provided me an opportunity as a student when I was studying university to lead a Gandhian delegation of India to Sri Lanka way back in 1973 when I was in my final class of MSc, where about 60 countries are represented to see 1,000 Gandhian model villages. In our neighborhood, Sri Lanka is far ahead, way ahead of India in promoting and propagating the Gandhian philosophy and thoughts. And I was totally delighted today when myself and Jagdish Tytlerji went to Mr. Samana's Institute, KISS, where he has also been associated with this organization, Gandhi Global Family. And a lot of people from this part of the country have shown great interest in promoting the Gandhian philosophy and thoughts. Well, as student, I must say that, as I have said, as both student in school and college and ultimately in the university, I was totally different than most of the students. And yet, I was acceptable to most of the students. May not like Mr. Tanmay Swain, he has got overwhelming majority, but I also used to manage to get elected. And in a state like Jammu Kashmir, in those days and even in those days, anybody having and propagating Gandhian philosophy and yet to get elected in a college or university is a very difficult job. Because a lot of young boys were of totally different thinking, those who still continue in Kashmir. But yet I was totally different. As I said in the beginning, that right from my student days, I believed in Gandhian philosophy, truth, non-violence. I kept all along away from smoking and drinks. Never in my life till date I have touched cigarette, and never in my life I have touched any alcohol. As a result of which I had to face great embarrassment. When I was Chief Minister of Jammu Kashmir, I was invited to United States of America by an association and an organization to get an award for the work which I was doing at that point of time in Jammu and Kashmir as Chief Minister. On my way back, I stayed at London for one day, and one of our family friend who is of Indian origin but is in London for the last almost 40 years. So he organized a dinner in my honor, wherein a lot of leaders, other businessmen and all walks of life were present. There was few Englishmen also, and there were two Englishmen sitting on my sofa, and they were being served liquor. Till that time I never knew the difference between the alcohol and the wine, which I think hardly will believe today a man of my age not knowing difference between wine and alcohol, or what is called that whiskey. So when that alcohol was being served, the person who was sitting next to me, he said that is quite warm, it should have been cold. Meanwhile, he went to washroom for the loo, and he kept his glass there with the alcohol. And by that time, the peon came with that bowl of ice chips. So he was giving ice chips to everybody to put in that alcohol. So I told him that put some ice chips here also, because this Englishman was asking that it is too warm. So put this. So he put some ice chips in that. He went away. When this Englishman came, he saw ice chips in this. He got wild that who the hell has spoiled my drink. So he thought that the man who was serving this drink and ice chips must have done it. So I said, no, I did it. So he got very, embarrassed and apologetic. He said, sir, this is a wine, not, the whiskey. I said, so what? He said, sir, don't you know that in whiskey, in wine, ice is not put, that is in alcohol, that's in only whiskey. I said, I am extremely sorry. You must have seen that at the beginning when the alcohol was being served, I say I don't drink anything. So I am totally ignorant about it. And everybody was laughing on my ignorance that I do not know the difference between the whiskey and the what we call this wine.